Good evening, everybody. It is that time once more. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday night, and it's time for Treasure Tales. And I think we got a really good show for you tonight. We've got a couple of guests tonight. Actually, there are going to be four people, two guests. So it's really going to be great tonight. And my co-host is the fabulous, uncomparable Diggin' Canuck. So let's bring her on, and we'll get stuff going here.
Oh my goodness. Hello to everyone. Jeff, thank you again for having me on. I do appreciate
Well, you know what my fondest wish is. So,
that.
you know, so how's the weather up there by you?
Oh, it's a beautiful day. It got to I think the humidex got up to like 27. It was just which is really nice on your Fahrenheit. Beautiful day. Nice day.
Not humid, just bright and sunny.
It was actually hot. You could feel the sun, which is wonderful.
Well, yeah, that is nice. I feel it every day. The other day when I went hunting,
Yeah.
I usually just hunt the beaches, and not I'm not a dry sander. Yeah, if I go to the beach and it's too rough to get in the water, then I don't stay long. But usually I'm neck deep in the Gulf when I hunt the beaches. But when it's 95 degrees and it's 90% humidity,
Hmm.
my glasses are fogging up, and I can't see anything. I could find a target. I could find a diamond ring, and it looked like a piece of foil. So, but it is what it is. So I know you probably haven't been swinging much in
Actually,
the last few
I went
weeks.
out today for an hour. I
Just to the park.
hit a park. Mr. Canuck sat on the park bench while I was detecting. I had the XP Deus 2 in park with, I didn't change anything. So it was just total factory. And gotta say, this was a really manicured park. And I didn't bring a shovel into this park because it was lots of people and very manicured. So I was using my, the hand digger, and oh my goodness, I have so many blisters on my hand from the digger. It's really, I find it very hard to dig nice, big plugs with the hand digger. So I think I'm gonna contact Casey at Excalibur, and might get a 20 inch, like like a hand digger,
Little,
but a bit
yeah,
bigger,
yeah,
maybe a 20 inch, and see how that works.
yeah. That might work better.
Yeah,
How'd you
yeah.
like the park program?
I dug clad. I dug clad. I did not dig any bottle caps, so I guess the bottle cap filter was working.
Yeah,
But
good.
it's super hunted out. But the Orcs has found me rings in this park, so I don't know. First day in parks, we'll see what happens.
Well, I think you'll like it. I think the day is two is it gets down deep. So if once you can get back in this park, for a little extended hunt,
Hmm.
got to just certain areas where you're going to find rings. So I think you'll
Exactly.
do well. I think you really do well.
Hmm.
Well, shall we say hello to everybody?
I think so. I think so.
I think the first person in the chat was the beautiful Adele Lemkersky Rutherford. Hello, Adele. I'm
Right on.
glad that you're back to the Steel Goat Marketplace and doing your slates again. You are immensely talented, and I hope you love that Deus too as much as you do that cute little August. He's the bee's knees, I have to tell you. And let's see who else is here. Do-do-do-do. Uh, let's see. Andrew T. Andrew, glad that you are with us tonight. A dirty pause. That would be Mike Mayo and Trish. How you doing, folks? Glad you're here. Oh, geez, it just jumped on me. Bow, bow, bow. Well, let's just keep on going. JVP Hobbyist. Hello, Janine. How are you? Glad you joined us tonight. And we've got the Mumbles Man, my brother from another mother, Mr. Tim Naylor. And then to Dive and Detect is in the house. Glad that you're with us tonight. Philip Faircloth. We are glad that you joined us tonight. Nick Haas. Hey, Nick, glad you're here. We have a Facebook user. It says, "Are you on YouTube?" Yes, we are on Treasure Talk on YouTube. So we are there. So
Jean P is also in the house tonight.
yeah. And Blackbeard J, glad that you're with us tonight. So I think we reached the end of the chat. So I think we got some good guests tonight. Hopefully we'll have a good audience coming in with us tonight. We've got a couple of really good teams, I think, don't you?
Yes. And they're all ladies tonight. It's ladies' night on Treasure Tales.
Well, I tell you, if you really kind of look at what's happening in treasure hunting, I think you're seeing a lot more female treasure hunters.
Yes.
And there's a lot more, I think, better female treasure hunters. And I say that for one reason. I think they pay more attention to detail. And especially the new female detectorists, they read the manual.
Phil would be really, really happy about that.
Well, it is true. A lot of people don't read the manual. And, they've got a real good ear for tones, because they can tell when their husband or boyfriend or whatever is being sarcastic in any way, shape, or form. So they got a good ear for the tones. I'm right, too, aren't I?
I'm going to say.
I think I'm right, but, let's see who else is in the chat. We had, let's see. I don't know. Somebody else came in. I can't remember. I'm old and fixing to get older. So anyways, shall we get on with this show tonight, Will?
Sure.
Well, why don't you do the honors?
Well, our first two guests are identical twin sisters from the great state of Minnesota, and these two do a lot of different things, and we're going to talk about that. So let's welcome the twin diggers of Minnesota.
Yes, indeedy. Hi, girls.
Hello. Hi. Hi, Jeff.
How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
How's your weather up there in Minnesota?
It's been a really odd spring with a lot of cold weather and a lot of rain. We were in a drought last fall, so it's very welcomed. But normally we're out in March digging, and the ground was still frozen in April.
Wow.
So
that makes it hard.
And, it was 50, low 50s today, and but we're still able to get out now. So that's important.
Good. Well, why don't you introduce yourselves to the world? And I mean that literally, because we have people from all over the world watching. And, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, Jeff, this is my sister from the same mother. And we are identical twins. I had to get you to laugh on that one. Pam is a minute older than I am, but she reminds me of that. We were born and raised in the same house, and we have older siblings, and we remain in our area. And that's where we started getting into metal detecting 3 years ago. We're both artists, and we used to do a lot of shows, and that took up a lot of our summer. And then when COVID came, everything stopped. Pam was watching some videos on magnet fishing. Her husband have a cabin up north, and she wanted to just do something off the boat and do something different. Well, from there, she started watching metal detecting, and the first real person that we were engaged with was Aquachigger, because he does such a variety of things with water and on land and everything. So Pam ordered a Garrett Ace 300, And we went to a local beach and she was testing it all out. And I was like, are you serious? I mean, is this really what you want to do? And I was kind of carrying her bag around, and short story, it was in my hand. And the next week I ordered one, and we just started. We started out green, and the last 2 years have been just a fantastic journey for us. We're kind of a variety. We don't do anything specialized. Our main focus is removing stuff from the earth, cleaning out the beaches with trash.
That's a full-time job.
Anything on the ground that we can, we pick up and throw it away in the receptacles. We have a lot of lakes and a lot of parks where we live. So we are looking for lead and lures and hooks and things like that. We're known for loons. That's our state bird. And so we have an issue with lead. And so we work with a local program, the Pollution Control Agency. It's called Get the Lead Out. And so when we do find sinkers and lead and all that, so we're trying to promote that too locally. Go with lead-free tackle and keep it out of the waters, just to help with all of our wildlife that we have here in our state.
Well, I was under the impression there wasn't a dang lake to be had in Minnesota. I just don't know.
Yeah, Minnesota is.
My school was a small school. That's all I got to say.
Minnesota, Jeff, is the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yes, I was about to say that.
And we have a lot of rivers.
Yes.
So I know.
Yes.
I got a good friend that lives in Chazy, I think. He's just got back there, Terry Shannon, and he likes to hunt in the Otter Tail River.
Yes, it's beautiful up there.
Yeah, so there's a couple other good friends of ours that live up there. Alan Carpenter and a couple others that they hunt together. So they find a lot of good stuff. You guys find a lot of good stuff. I tell you what, any of you all out there, if you want to watch a really good video, you need to go just search for Twin Diggers Minnesota and subscribe, like them and share them, because they find a variety of stuff. They make really good videos, and it's all family oriented. You don't have to worry about that. Some of these people are anymore making videos where every other word out of their mouth is something filthy.
Yeah,
I guess they think that makes the video or whatever. I don't know, but Twin Diggers Minnesota, it's a family video. Your kids can watch it, and they can learn. And you never know, you might learn some stuff too, because these girls find some good stuff, and it's not just with a metal detector.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what really got us involved is our local historical society. And it's interesting, as we have several farms in our community back in the day. And when we were kids, we went to school with the kids on the farms. So we've lived here our whole life. And just in the last 3 years, we've learned more about our community, being in the park and being involved with being members in the historical society. And this is the opportunity that it presented. There is one farmstead left. It's built out of brick, and it's from 1890. It's the only farm here. And we had an opportunity and an open permission to do this farm, to look for relics and artifacts for the Historical Society. And that is really what started us with metal detecting and digging dumps and digging privies. The things that we find, we give back to the Historical Society. So at some point they're in fact, we've actually inspired them to build an outbuilding of one of the farms that are barns that existed there, to start displaying all of the artifacts and all of the donations that they've had, that they haven't had a real place put.
Right. From all of the farmsteads in their area.
So
Great
that
idea.
we had a lot that was full of buckthorn and sticker thorns, and we couldn't get in there. We had pictures of where the buildings used to be. We had a plat map of the property, but it was so overgrown. And we donated 200 hours
At least.
in clearing area and cutting down everything. And so we could get in there, and it was well worth it.
Yeah, the things we found were absolutely amazing.
We never knew the owner and his wife, but we could tell the size of their shoe, the type of suspenders they wore, what they drank, what kind of coffee, the food they ate.
Yeah.
Everything was there.
Anything in the kitchen, what their china was,
Silverware,
everything. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we retrieved a
So
lot.
we got hooked.
I guess so.
That's what started it. And then they invited us to speak at a membership breakfast. And they wanted to introduce us and let all the members know what we've been doing, kind of bring us out. We've always been kind of behind the scenes, we don't. And they said, well, we want you to talk for 15 minutes. So Pam and I got up in this room filled with people, and we were there for an hour talking. And after that, all of these people came up and they wanted us to come and do their properties.
Beautiful.
We were descendants of the farms from back in the late 1800s. And so we have a list of permissions. We do that in the fall and early spring because it's so grown up in these fields. It's very difficult to get in there. And then in the summer months, we're on the beaches and we're in the water and we're in all the parks. I say this kind of kiddingly, but the local police are very familiar with us. And the reason why is we have retrieved so many stolen items.
Yeah.
And we have found wallets. Our biggest find was a very expensive paddleboard that was hidden up in the woods. So it's fun to contact them, and they come out, and they've gotten to know us over the last few years too.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And I'm just, these privies, can we just talk a little bit about privies? Because that's so fascinating. You must find some really, really old bottles in there as well.
We do. And Pam is actually the pro prober. I mean, she's out there doing it, and I do all the physical work.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But when in Minnesota, these farms, the soil is rich black soil. I mean, we can dig up through the third week in December before it freezes. And the privies are in sand. It's a sand base. So when we find the bottles, they're usually in sand, and it looks like they come right out of a dishwasher.
Wow.
It's very easy to clean them. Not like some people in different states that have different from the soil and the
minerals,
in the water. That's them. We're not a huge bottle collector, because what we do is when we find something that's in another state of one of our subscribers that we follow with on a regular basis,
or another historical society,
we mail that to them as a gift. Pam has a great story about a bottle that we found here from Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah. We dug this very, very rare medicine bottle, and it had two doctors or druggists' name on it, and it said Appleton, WISC for Wisconsin. And I tried to reach out to the family for several months. I tried to contact 3 different family members, and then I contacted the Appleton, Wisconsin Historical Society, and they had never seen it before. They were just ecstatic about it. And I said, well, if the family doesn't respond, it's yours. And so I packed it up and we mailed it off to them, and they sent back a wonderful letter. And they were so appreciative that we thought of them to keep their history in their city. And that's kind of
what we do.
That's what we're doing.
We give. That's just what we do. And we have a Facebook page, Coon Diggers Minnesota, we don't do live digs like some of the people. We just don't. We're trying to just find what we can, and it is exhausting. I give credit to everybody that does these beautiful videos, but we usually do an end wrap up, everything we got. But on our Facebook page, we take pictures of everything, and that story with the Appleton, Wisconsin, they also sent us pictures of the building that these two pharmacists had from their historical event, and that's phenomenal. I mean, we like to do that. Digger Dave and Shoveling Shelley, they're in Illinois. We've learned so much from them about digging
And bottles.
And digging. I mean, they'll hold up a bottle and they know everything about it. We're just like, that is amazing. But they've got 30, 40 years under their belt. That's how we learn about what we're doing, by watching these people that have been doing it for so long. But Dave will get a bottle from St. Paul and we'll get something from Illinois, and we switch back and forth.
Yeah, and just mail it off to each other, just as appreciation and paying it forward. And sharing everything. And a lot of people, they buy or they collect bottles from all over, but we grew up in a northern suburb of St. Paul, and so the bottles we like to keep are St. Paul bottles. The other city here is Minneapolis, but since we were born and raised in St. Paul and our family is from here, those are bottles that we really enjoy with that.
I have couple of bottles, and I don't know if you'll see the embossing of them, but these are local that we like. We're not beer drinkers, but we have a lot of breweries in the state of Minnesota.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, lots.
The oldest brewery that we have, and this may be difficult to see, but it's embossed ham. And Ham Brewery was, we had ads back in the day with the bear that danced and everything. This is a blob, and it is from the early 1900s, and it has Ham, St. Paul Brewery. Yeah. Later in the 40s and 50s, they added an S on it, and it has beautiful. You can't see it, I know.
It's green,
but it's green with an H embossed.
Now, would that have been found in a privy?
This was found in a dump.
Oh.
This wasn't a privy bottle. And this entire bottle was filled with sand. And so when we shook the sand out, put some water in it, this is exactly how it came out and appeared.
Wow.
Yeah,
well, we got a question for you girls from Maria Reese off YouTube. And she wants to know, why are there bottles in the outhouse? Are people drinking in the privy?
Well,
not.
This is just from what we've heard.
Didn't have
and I truly believe it. Okay. The privies that we have found, they are all medicine bottles that are in there, or alcohol bottles. A lot of them are whiskey flasks. It was tough times way back in the day, and women self-medicated. And the men would drink without people knowing. So the best place to go was to go to the outhouse. And then whatever bottle you had, you could throw it down and nobody knew what you were doing. It's also a great place if you're sitting down, your pocket watch fell out, coins fell out of your pocket. People have found false teeth. We have it. Little humor.
There's a lot of stuff that fell out if they're sitting there sucking down medicine while they're on the privy.
And I would imagine
because they didn't have phones and stuff to look at, so you never know.
And I would imagine that they probably had little secret wood compartments to hide the booze. So when they went in there, opened it up and drank it. But,
so what would have been this is for each of you. What would have been your strangest privy find or something odd? Anything?
Well, we found a partial false teeth.
Partial.
It wasn't a full. It wasn't a full false. It was like a half of a false teeth thing. I found that.
Animal bones.
Yes.
Are thrown in there.
Yes.
It's almost like if it was a dead pig or a cow jaw or something like that. And maybe they were getting close to filling it, and they just threw in, because it's dairy farms.
Yeah. That's
Nothing for us extraordinarily rare.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just bottles and old cans.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of medicine bottles, like I said, a lot of pharmacy bottles.
Yeah. And we've also come across like broken china. Like they threw their kitchen, everything from the kitchen sink was thrown down in there.
Wow.
It's really kind of interesting, the things that we find. We even found one time a pair of old glasses. Somebody's glasses were in there. So
who knows? They could have had a little twisted nip.
Probably did.
Back then the medicine, that was powerful stuff. There were opioids in that. There was coke in it. And,
the glasses probably fell off their head.
Glasses and teeth.
They had the old Sears catalog, and they went to rip off the page, and they go, "Hey, I need that. I better save that." And when they were looking at it, their glasses.
They're also whiskey jugs. They're thrown down there and broken crockery.
Wow.
She just got rid of her cat. She wants to keep coming up here. So nothing crazy at all.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
And
guys
maybe
find
it is in different states, but we don't see that.
I find it interesting to find animal bones, like ribs, and it's like, why would you throw that down a privy? It's kind of strange, but that's what we found.
Well,
Wow.
maybe, animals in later times, found the softer ground and dug there or something. I don't know. But now, do you guys find with the privies, you said that they were sandier?
Yes.
In the privies, do you find that there's less breakage in the bottles and stuff because of
there are, which is amazing. They're really good shape. Obviously, the dumps that we find, a lot of it's broken shards, and we show that in our videos and what we find. To us, it's still interesting. A lot of the things can be repurposed, and that's our goal too with making garden stones. A lot of people use the shards of the pottery or the dishware or the teacups, and very creative people that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
Even the iron that we find, to put on barnwood or birdhouses, or there's you can always repurpose them and still have that old look. We're into that country type thing.
Well, back in the day, people were a lot more inventive because out of sheer need than they are today. I mean, if you need something today, you just order it from Amazon or something else. There's always something you can order. But back then, you had to either make it or fashion it in some way. So that might be a lot of it.
Our father was an excavator. And so I think maybe that's kind of where we, in the second half of our lives, we're 58. And he would dig old houses, knock them down, dig foundations, and he collected bottles.
He probably had close to 700-800 of them in his collection,
and lanterns and tools and everything. And
very nice.
But he repurposed everything that he used. They grew up poor during the Depression. In his day, he was one of 11 children. And nothing went to waste. So
they didn't throw anything out then. You found a use for it because you didn't know when you might need it. So there's a lot of that, and that's why we find that stuff so cool. And you guys find an awful lot of stuff. Now, one video I watched, you were at this old place, and you went inside the barn. The barn was, it's on its way down for sure, but it's really neat, when you guys go in the barn and show the inside of the barn.
I just imagine who built all of that back in the day, all of the lumber and the beams, and
it's amazing, and the rock foundations, and I mean, it just baffles your mind when you stand in these places and you just look around and wonder who could have done this beautiful thing.
The physical labor that was involved, and even the farmers back then, the iron that we find, it's like they had to be just tough and strong, and
Well, they were, and but think of this. That barn is still standing.
Yes.
How many years has it been there?
That barn is from 1860.
Very, very well made.
Yeah,
Wow.
1570, Jeff, that barn is.
So, that's amazing in itself,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because I
Good
know
night.
Liz has hunted some areas that's really old, and
Yeah.
seen some of that some of the stuff that she pulls out of the ground up there in Canada when she's hunting with John is amazing. I mean, it's how old is it, but it's still in pretty good shape.
Right.
Mhm.
We have a great link here. It's called Detect Minnesota. And if there's we are not professionals on farm stuff or anything. We always reach out to people for help. We can take a picture and go on there and ask for help, and they have people that tell us what it is.
Yeah, I find that so amazing. Somebody somewhere always knows
Yes.
what that something is. There's
Right.
always somebody out there.
Yeah.
Well, case in point, I was just out the other day and I found this and I looked it up, and what it is, if you can see
Wow. Yes.
it's from an old crank telephone. I thought that's what it was. I could not find exactly what it was from, so I just posted it on Treasure Talk. Within 5 minutes, another friend of mine down in Central Florida says that came right off this one. He sent me pictures of it.
Yeah.
Nice. That is so nice.
No,
And so,
Jeff,
you
what
know-
else? What else is phenomenal is if you have a patent number, you go into Google patent, put in the patent number, it will tell you the factory, the town, the year, how many were made. It is phenomenal, the history, if you have a patent number to do research.
yeah.
And
Well,
there
this-
are
Models that we find that
Yeah,
has
and it tells you who they sold to and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's really great. So Liz, you got any more questions, kiddo?
I know that you pretty much give a lot of your finds to the museums and to the societies, but is there anything in particular that either one of you personally collect, like that you keep? Anything?
I like collecting the glass insulators and the ceramic insulators and the ball jars. Pam likes.
I like the silverware. I'm the one, and I don't know why, but I'm always the one that finds the fork, knives, and spoon. And I love finding silverware.
She also loves Carter's ink and Sanford bottles. Kind of into that.
Very nice.
Very cool.
Just local bottles that we enjoy, smaller bottles. We don't have, big rooms to store a lot of things, but we like little things that we can just look at and say, hey, I remember that. One thing real quick that I talked with Jeff about, I don't know how much time we got, so cut me off. We also put together scrapbooks. And last year was a successful year, and I made this for Pam to surprise her as a gift.
Wow.
And this is a journey of our entire season last year. And I don't know if you can see it. And I have a real pretty sister's journey letter I wrote to her. And it just shows the places we were at, what we found. It's all categorized.
Wow.
And this was last year. So the thing is like I mentioned to Jeff, we don't know how long YouTube's going to be around. We don't know how long whatever Facebook or Twitter or whatever we use. And we want to have these for our kids and grandkids to look back and say, hey, look at my aunt used to do, at their age.
It's a good video too. Go through that.
My daughter, who's an artist, she gave me this for my birthday. This is easy stuff. And what I thought was cute is she had a little pull tab. And this is all Mod Podge, all put together. And this is from this year. And I love feathers. So every time I find a feather, I save it. So I have feathers. I log everything that we did, where we were here so far, and have pictures of what we're doing.
You guys are thorough.
And it's easy. And it's just so easy to do. And to us, it's just it's a journey memory. And I don't know if guys do this, but my girls, women are into this more. But this is also the farm, Jeff, that you spoke about from 1870 that we've been at. It's beautiful.
Now you
Very
guys
nice.
gotta do a video of the scrapbooks. I'm serious.
It's fun for us. It's
I'm
fun.
serious. You
I'll
ought to
tell
do
you
a
why.
video of that because people would love it, and that way they can contact you with any kind of questions and how-tos and all that kind of good stuff. I
that
think
would
it'd
be
make a great.
You know, in the Midwest, we're limited. We try to get till the end of November until spring, and watching all of these other fantastic detectorists around the United States, it keeps us going during the long winter nights. And having projects like this really pump you up because it lets you reflect on your previous season and everything that you did. And so that's kind of something that we enjoy together doing.
And we've also met a fellow detectorist here in Minnesota,
yes,
about an hour and a half away from us, and we've done a couple dig sites with him. And he was on Treasure Talk with you,
Jim Perry from Back
Oh,
Road.
yeah, Jim, yeah.
Ah,
so
He's a
we've
good
done
dude.
2 weekends of digs with him, and it's great.
And what's fun is we're starting to meet more people in the Midwest, which
Mhm.
is great too.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
building.
well, our next guests are going to be, you guys are up there in Minnesota. You got a short hunting season,
Yes.
and they're out there in Arizona, and they hunt all the time. So, girls, it was just absolutely our pleasure
Thank
for you
you.
guys to be with us tonight. I think everybody all around the world really enjoyed your story, and she's, you know why she's fine keeping those feathers. You can expect a feather boa for Christmas. But
Well,
Anyway.
thank you so much.
Thank you,
for-
Liz. Thank you,
for
Jeff.
the
absolute
opportunity.
pleasure having you share your stories with us.
Thank
and
you.
we'll have you back later on in the fall after your summer of hunting. So
Okay.
keep in touch and keep us posted of what's going on. And we just can't thank you enough. And dig deeper.
Yes.
Happy
Thank
hunting.
you. Thank you. Be
All right.
well. Thank you.
Thanks a bunch.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Now, they are great, aren't they?
Very thorough. Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's what I say. That's why what I say is that ladies tend to make better detectors and treasure hunters, in my view. Just mine. So I don't want a bunch of.
The opinions expressed by Jeff are those of Jeff only and not of.
That's right. That's right. Now these next two are a hoot and a half. I mean, they're amazing, and you guys are going to love them. So you want to do the honors, Liz?
Two wonderful ladies again. That is the theme for the evening, and they not only metal detect, but they do a whole bunch of other things that I hope that they can tell us all about. So, Gals Out West.
Let's bring them in.
All right.
There we
girl.
are. Hi.
There you go.
Hey, everybody.
How y'all
Lots of
doing?
energy. Lots of energy. I love
We
it.
got the camera to work. Yay. We're on the laptop, Jeff.
I see that. I got that email. I said, all right. Because we were doing a test earlier and it wasn't going according to Hoyle.
No, it was not. Very frustrating.
So we decided to do it on their phone, which wasn't ideal. And then they kept working on it and they sent me an email that says, we got it covered. We're good to go.
Because we're stubborn.
Wonderful.
So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves to the world? And
Okay. I'm Ginger.
And I'm Bunny.
This is Bunny. We are the Gals Out West treasure hunting. We met at work and started hanging out, and we've been together ever since. It's been like 16 years. And over that time, we've done, we have all kinds of hobbies. We started with geocaching. Probably did, I don't know, we've done hundreds of those.
God,
And that's a lot of fun. If anybody wants to know about that, there's a website where you sign on and you can see where all the caches are and everything. And then when you find one, you log it in. And then let's see, after that we went to metal detecting.
Yeah.
Yes. Went through our metal detecting phase. And so I think we have like 5 detectors right now. We haven't been out in a while. We always just like, jump wholeheartedly into it. So we bought expensive ones. I mean, we started with a cheapy little, the Garrett Ace.
I
Which
think
is
that,
awesome.
yeah, which the Minnesota gals, we started with the same one they did.
I think it was like the 200 back then. Was there a 200?
No, I think it was
I think it was a
300 or
250. Yeah.
Okay, we had a 250 then. Yeah.
Because this is like, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever. And then I got a White's MXT.
Ah.
And she has a Tesoro Lobo.
And Eldorado.
Oh.
Eldorado.
And then I won a Garrett in the metal detecting contest a few years ago. And that one is still sitting in a box, brand new, never not been used.
Well, and she won that at the metal detecting contest with our gold club. So after metal detecting, then I bought her a bag of pay dirt on eBay, and I saw the guy was in Wickenburg. So we started chatting, and they had a gold club called Miners Creek. And I'm like, well, you're only like an hour away. So we went out and checked them out. We ended up joining the gold club. So we prospect up in Wickenburg and stuff, and that was lots of fun. Of course, it shuts down in the summer because it's just too, deathly hot. Nobody gold pans in the summer in Arizona.
What state are you in?
Arizona.
Ah. Okay.
So we're in Phoenix, and there's a place called Wickenburg about an hour outside of town, and that is where the big the gold rush of Arizona was. A place called Rich Hill, and Antelope Creek and stuff. So,
Vulture Mine.
Yeah, Vulture Mine, and so that was a lot of fun. And what's odd about that, I don't know if you've ever been gold panning or whatnot, but we obviously don't have a lot of water. So we do what's called dry washing, and it's a big keen washer, but you shake it to get your concentrates. And believe it or not, it does work. I mean, the gold comes out of the red dirt and the whatnots, and you get it to concentrates, and then it's black sand like anywhere else, and you pan that. So then. I think I was watching, I never watched YouTube before, right? So for some reason I saw something and I was watching a sailing channel on YouTube. And one thing led to another, and this magnet fishing video came up, and I watched that, and then that was all it took.
A new obsession.
A new obsession, yes. So we started with the magnet fishing, and it just took off from there. And we're still doing that right now.
You said there wasn't that much water for gold prospecting. Do you need water for magnet fishing?
Well, that's true.
It's helpful.
Okay. Different places. Yeah, that's a necessary ingredient. We have canals.
Oh, okay.
If anybody's seen our videos, we're based as canals. We don't really have bridges. The road goes over. The canals are still used. They were first constructed like 3,000 years ago by the Hohokam Indians to divert water. And we kind of copied that, I think, and paved over them or copied near them with concrete. So all of ours is canal fishing unless we go somewhere else. And then we do, we've tried park ponds and things like that, but it's usually not that productive. But the canals can be a real hot spot.
Oh, yeah. I've watched a number of your videos. You guys pull some stuff out of those.
Some interesting things you find in there.
I want to show you one right now. This is one of my favorites. It is a K-bar.
Holy
moly.
Marine.
It's like a Rambo knife.
That's exactly what it is. It's
Wow.
K-bar is a brand that was used in the Marines military.
Wow.
So that's one of my favorites.
That's pretty cool.
for sure.
Do you think that maybe that was a stolen item, that somebody was being chased or something and got rid of the goods in the canal? Or?
Where we found it, I would not doubt that at all.
Wow.
We find a lot of knives. We found a gun magazine. No gun yet. I found
Probably
that.
will.
Well, I hope
think you
so,
probably will.
but we're probably not going to call the police like everybody else does. That's a big thing if you watch magnet fishing videos. Everybody has to call the police and put it in the headline. And
They clickbait with that. And you
Yeah.
know, and the thing of it is, if you find a gun, yes, you do need to call the police, but they're not there to give you any grief. You know, because what they will tell you is after it's been in the water for 6 or 7 hours, they can't get anything off it anyway.
no,
You know,
not at all.
fingerprints or anything. So
No,
you know.
they just, you know, they do find them and put them in so they can put it in the headlines. But I mean, the gun's a rusted piece of crap. What are you going to do with it? I mean, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it if it's, you know, old enough.
There's a lot of clickbaiters out there.
We do find a lot of silverware in the canals, but I'm sure they're not as interesting as the ones that the gals from Minnesota.
Yeah, if that gal wants some silverware, for some odd reason, I mean, you can ask her. I keep way too many things, and for some reason, I've just been putting the silverware in a pile that we've been finding. I don't know why. I just do it.
Well, it's fun to find, you know.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
We have a huge pile of scrap that we put in. We have a tow trailer, and normally where we live, they have bulk. It's called bulk pickup 4 times a year.
Yeah.
You know, to put your big junk in. So, and scrappers and everybody always come by. We put a bike out there, and I knew it was gone by the next morning. I knew it would be a piece of crap bike that we found. So yeah, we missed bulk pickup, so we just started putting it in a pile, and I guess one day we'll take it to the scrapyard ourselves. But
Well,
Make some money.
If you do that.
yeah, might as well. I mean, it's like what, $10 a 100 pounds?
Yeah,
or
but I don't
something?
know if we have to clean it or not because some of that still has a lot of the canal
Oh, and it smells too.
mess on it.
It smells so.
Take a hose and spray it all off, I guess we'll have to do before we get down there.
It stinks.
Well, they're going to melt it down anyway, so
Yeah.
maybe just get the big chunks off.
I don't think there's any prerequisites on the smell of the metal when you bring it in. So
No, I don't think they care about that.
no.
So you guys do magnet fishing, metal detecting, geocaching.
Caching.
Gold. hunting
Gold
for
prospecting.
Anything
Yeah.
that we have to hunt and find something is pretty much what it comes down to.
It's
Is there-
treasure hunting.
Yeah. Is there any downtime like being in Arizona, or are you like from January
This-
1st to December 31st? You always have something to do.
The summer. It's funny because other people are always, you know, we can't wait for the ice to melt. It's frozen, whatever. And we're like, that's our prime time to get videos and whatnot is the so-called winter months that other people have.
Mhm.
Like now is going to be our off season because it was already 106 today. And I mean, so you check the days of the weather ahead of time. Like Monday's going to be 93. So like, well, I didn't tell you yet, but we should go Monday.
Oh, okay.
We should go Monday because the weather's going to be 93.
Go magnet fishing in your canal.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
but unfortunately the canals don't have like any form of shade whatsoever.
No.
So you're pretty much standing out there in the sun for the 2 or 3 hours that you are out there. But you do have to be out there it's nice until about 6:30 in the morning, quarter 7. Then after that, it's already looking at 85, 90 degrees.
And I'm not early riser, so you know how that's going to go because I'm not going to get out there before 9 or 10. I'm just not.
Wow.
Well, I want to, before we forget here, I want to show you something that I found. People that metal detect on here, I mean, we're all familiar with Garrett, right? So I found this, it was my first pocket knife.
Oh,
And I don't know if you can read that, but it says Garrett.
it does.
And if you look at it, it looks like kind of like the font.
It
that Garrett
does. Yes,
uses.
it does.
Exactly.
And this is a wood handle. I mean, it came off, unfortunately, when I was cleaning it, but I am trying to find out any information on this knife.
Well,
It says, what does it say? What does it say on there? I don't know. I can't see it. Can you?
I don't know. Let me see.
It has a little mark on it. I even went to the Blade forum online where they, identify all kind of knives and stuff. And the best we could come up with, and I even said it myself, because the Garrett writing looks like Garrett metal detectors. So I don't know if it was a promo, maybe.
I think it says Stainless Japan.
Stainless Japan. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's
when you had the Garrett guy on. I was gonna ask him if they ever did any promos for knives.
Yeah, and it looks like there was a little insert. Something else could have been like inserted into this area right here, like a metal plaque or something. So
I don't know.
So
So
I'll tell you what I'll do, Bill. I'll
it's
send
a
you an
mystery.
email with somebody from Garrett. I'll send you their email.
Okay.
And you take pictures of it and send him an email, and he may indeed be able to help you.
okay,
Yeah, that would be cool. I wonder if they ever gave out promos. But
bet you they did.
Oh, sure
Yeah.
they did. Sure they
Yeah.
did. Yeah, they've done that a lot. Like now with the caps. Now it's all caps and stuff like that. But back, in the day, they did.
yeah, a lot of
Garrett
places
does a lot
have.
more things. They do a lot more things than just metal detectors.
Oh, like garages, lots of
The
companies gave out promos.
Oh, yeah.
and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of different things. So I'll get
Yeah.
you an email with his email address, and you take pictures of it and send it to him, and he'll be able to tell you.
Okay, that would be pretty awesome.
That
I have
will
a
be
question. I have a question.
Sure.
So from your metal detecting, this is to both of you. Your best find. Like what did you get super duper excited about?
I
Wow.
think you have it over there, don't you?
Oh no, that's just bullets.
We used to go with our metal detecting club. We would go to a lot of the railroad camps up north, where they were, a lot of the Oriental people that they brought over here were working on the railroad across the northern part of Arizona, and we found a lot of. Unfortunately, the bottles that we found were not as exciting as what they find in Minnesota and their privies, but some bottles. Some broken Chinaware, some Civil War bullets, what are they, 1, 2, and 3 ringers?
The 2 and 3 ringers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about Chinese coins? Did you ever find any of those?
No, did not. No.
Yeah, they used to. I think that was up at like 2 Guns, they call it, somewhere up there. And they camped when they were using them as slave labor to build the railroads way back when. And we went to our cavalry post. See, the clubs would find the places to go.
Yeah.
And then after a while, there kind of wasn't anywhere to go because nobody wanted to scout and share their places.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Par for the course.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't blame them.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, come on now.
Gold. Now, gold.
I was going to say, if we found a cache of gold, do you think we would be sharing that with anybody?
People are like, oh, yeah, I found a nice bunch of nuggets up there. Oh, where was that?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you.
Would not be happening.
So, yeah, it's interesting. We don't have a lot of old places here, historic, like maybe some of the other spots. We only had one incident that they consider part of the Civil War, and that was at Picacho Peak. It was one little slight skirmish or something, and that was the extent of the official Civil War-ness here in Arizona. But so that was it.
You've got ghost towns and stuff because Arizona was definitely the
Yes.
Old West.
Very
Yes.
cool.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of ghost hunts. There'd be a lot of really good stuff found in them.
They're
Hang on, she's-
privately owned.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're privately owned, and good luck getting permission for that. Oh, that
Yeah.
would be perfect. That would be so perfect to go and do that.
Yeah.
You're right. There are a lot of Western areas. We do know of one out in the desert that it's just like the remnants of a building left. I'm not going to say the city, but it's out in the desert. It used to be a city, and now it is like one building, but it had a zip code. So therefore, it was considered a city, even though, if there's two buildings, it was considered a city. But we haven't gone out there before. But everything's out in the middle of the desert. And the ground is the ground is hard as a brick. So keep that in mind anywhere you're going to dig.
And the roads are not all that great to get out there either. So even if you have a 4-wheel drive, you just hope that you get out of there with all 4 of your tires still inflated. And
yeah, I don't mind that part.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, pretty much any building that was out in the middle of nowhere was probably a tavern. Or a saloon.
Bordello. Yeah.
Well, one goes hand in hand.
oh, we should
Of
go out and
course.
see if there was a privy anywhere around there. That's one thing we
Yeah.
have not seen anywhere.
They took the needles off the cactus. That's all.
I just can't get enthused about digging in layers and layers of someone's excrement. I mean, God bless them, the ones that do. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. I heard they used to use them kind of as trash heaps. Like if you would break, your dishes would break, you would just throw them in the privy because, of course, you didn't have trash service like we do. So they find some good stuff in there. But our favorite place to metal detect is the beach, obviously, because it's so easy to dig. We go back to the East Coast beaches in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And Bunny is getting ready to take a trip to California. So I think she's going to, I told her take the metal detector with her. She wants to do some detecting on the beach.
Yep.
For sure.
And I
Where's
said,
she
well,
going to
I'm going to give
California?
you the GoPro. You're going to have to film it for YouTube.
Where in
Sure.
California?
See, we're starting in Santa Rosa and then working our way down the coast to LA.
Oh, well, there's a lot of good beaches down there. You can find a lot of good stuff. Now, of course, you're not really going to be able to hunt in the water much because the Pacific Ocean's very cold and lots of waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get out knee deep, probably.
Well, I'll just be excited to fire it up again and get out there and just hear the beeping. I really don't even care what's going to be, buried under the sand at that point. It's just going to be nice to be able to be out there and doing it again.
Yeah, I can't say we ever found anything spectacular metal detecting.
Yeah.
Except you did find that she found a big, it was a silver ring with this huge white diamond on it that we don't know. We never have bothered to find out if it was anything or not, but that was probably the highlight.
Yeah. I'm sure it's the cubic zirconia.
It was in a park.
Yeah.
That's not to say they couldn't have lost a real one, but
So it sounds like you two, you just enjoy the hunt. You enjoyed the treasure hunt.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what it sounds
that's
like.
it.
And being outdoors. Yeah.
It is. It's all about the treasure hunt. It's like, I don't care what it is, because there's always you never know what it could be. Even like geocaching, and I'll tell you, I hate hiking. Okay, so when you're geocaching out here, we have a lot of little mountains and stuff, and you'd have to climb up to the top to find the cache, which can be a box, but if it's big enough, it has little treasures in it, that you take one and put one. And it's like, no, I'm not giving up till I get to the top. I got to know what's in that box. I got to know what's in there. So that was, it's the unknown, and there's always a chance you just never know what it is.
Yep.
Even stupid little things that aren't worth a lot to other people. It's like, wow, I just pulled a doorbell out of the canal. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, because you never know. You never do know. You watch some of these guys, especially over in Europe, they find a lot of safes
Yes.
and stuff. Of course, they get a lot of shopping carts out of their,
Yes.
they call them buggies. We call them buggies. here in the
Trolleys.
South. But I don't know, you guys get any grocery buggies?
Oh, we hate those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have pulled a few out and left. I mean, unfortunately, with the economy the way it's been the last couple of years, there's just been such an increase of the homeless along the canal, setting up tents and that sort of thing. So, and they all use shopping carts as essentially their transportation of whatever their belongings are. And
Yeah.
we do occasionally find some in the canal, and we pull them out and we'll leave them on the side. And we did see SRP, I think, come by. The SRP is who owns technically the canal.
The canal police.
So they'll come by and they'll pick up those carts, and I don't know what they do with them, if they take them back to the stores that are advertised on them or not. But they are pretty good about keeping the canals clean.
See, we hate those because the store owns them. You cannot take them home. They are store property. That would be stolen property. The same with construction signs.
Mhm.
That's city property. I'm not taking it home in my yard to have a big construction sign. You know what I mean? So we'll leave it, in a respectful place.
Mhm.
And it's not mine. I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
I get you there.
Good
Well,
point.
girls, this has been just a hoot and a half. And like I said with the other girls, we want to get you guys back.
Yeah, you haven't heard half our stories.
I know, we want to hear the other half. We'll get it back in the fall,
Okay.
probably. That way you'll get some more hunts and have some
Well,
more
we hope
hunts.
so. Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you, Jeff, because you asked us like months ago, and we only had like 100 and something subscribers at that time. And you must have seen something that you wanted to bring us on. So we really appreciate that.
Mhm.
That gave us a lot of encouragement.
Well, everybody out there, you're going to love the videos, I promise you. And you go to YouTube and search Gals Out West.
Treasure
Yeah.
hunting.
Yep, Gals Out West Treasure Hunting. It'll bring it right up. You need to subscribe, you need to like them, and you need to share them because you are going to love them. And you're going to learn a lot of stuff. And
Well, thank you.
I can't think of a better way to spend some time than watching people have fun.
Yeah.
It
You've
is
built
fun.
a very nice community for that as
Yeah.
well.
There's a lot of great
Really much
detectives.
so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
And thank you too, Liz.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So,
It was a
you guys
pleasure.
Keep on keeping on. We got the guy from Brute Magnets coming on Treasure Talk here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, wait, that was my first magnet. We have a couple of brutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to give a shout out to Centurion. They're the ones that gave me the clamp magnet to use. So thank you to Centurion.
Well,
But
we'll
Brute's
have
good.
to-
But Brute's good too.
I'll have to get a hold of them and get them on the show.
Oh, yeah. That would be good too.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. We sure appreciate you.
Thank
stopping
you.
in and talking with us, and we'll get you back. I'll be in touch. And
Take care.
happy
Cool.
hunting.
All right.
Thank
Happy
you.
hunting this weekend.
Yeah, happy hunting.
Wow. The energy of those two
Oh,
is
it's
like
amazing,
off the
isn't it?
charts. Off
Yeah,
the
and
charts.
Think
Wow.
about how much fun their videos are.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine like magnet fishing or even metal detecting with those two? Oh
Oh,
my
it's
goodness. That
hilarious.
would be a blast.
When you watch their videos, it's just constant. You know, it's really it's amazing. So just want to let everybody know next week there will be no Treasure Tales on Thursday night. I have another commitment, so I think that is June 2nd. I think, isn't it not? Let me look at all
Okay.
my.
All right.
Isn't it June 2nd?
I don't know.
You're supposed to know these things.
I didn't know that was part of the deal here, Jeff.
Absolutely. Yeah, June 2nd.
There you go.
Treasure Tales will not be on the air, but we will be back. And hopefully Liz will be back with me on June 9th when we're going to have Stories from the Signal will be
Oh,
our
good-
guest, along
Good channel.
with
Good channel.
Metal Detecting Brooklyn
Oh, good channel.
and Tracy's Treasures.
Three.
So
We have
it's gonna
3
be
guests.
Yep. Well, I had to kind of double up because I had to and I'm booked all the way out because July I'm not going to be here. I'm on vacation in July. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll get right back into it. But I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I hope you had a good time. If you didn't have a good time with these guys, you're not going to have a good time
No.
because they are funny and very good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Very conscientious.
Mhm.
Didn't you think?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
let's tell everybody what's going on with you. Everybody is very, very concerned. So, if you want to,
Mr. Canuck is home. He's hopefully going to heal. The cardiologist said that 40% of the people that go through what he did do not make it. So, little eye opening for Mr. Canuck, but long road ahead. We'll take it nice and slow, and yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
well, the thing of it is, he can't lose. He's got you to take care of him. I'm serious. He couldn't want anybody better. Let's put it that way. So, as we always say, treasure stories. There's a million of them out there. Every one of them is different. Every one is unique. Everyone has meaning. And we want to hear your treasure stories on Treasure Tales. So please, you can contact Liz. She can get up with me, or you can get up with me. Let's get you on Treasure Tales and let the world know about your treasure story. So that being said, we'll see you in 2 weeks on the 9th of June, I think it is. I've got too many calendars going
Yeah.
here. Treasure Talk, Treasure Tales, all the calendars. But Monday night on Treasure Talk, Lori Gagne, Relic Dirty Hands, is going to be our guest. She has written a book about the Mind Lab Equinox. Nobody knows that detector better than she does.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tune in and request it, you're going to get a digital copy. You can't beat that with a big stick. So
No.
we'll see everybody on Monday night with Treasure Talk. And happy hunting, everybody, and dig deeper.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you very much for the positive thoughts and prayers.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.